Oh, Flamey, what the heck just happened?
That's all right. We're live. It's okay. Listen, I just
We're professionals.
oh,
Obviously.
something may have broken. I can no longer control
Oh,
What
my
may
wait.
have
legs.
broken,
Uh,
Flamey? Oh, okay, your full body broke.
yeah, because I sat down. It's
That's
fine.
okay.
Hi, everyone. Welcome on
Hi, everyone.
into the introduction to Twitch streaming. um, oh God, the song. My body's broken. I can't like.
You look fine. You're okay. I'm Song Redwood. I'm Song
so
Redwood.
sorry, that's fine. Oh, okay. Hi, I'm Flamey the
Keep
Dresky.
going.
Oh, it's my turn?
Yeah, uh-huh.
I'm Diffuse Moose. Hi.
It's okay.
We're three streamers that have been on for at least a year or more, and we wanted to go over an introduction to Twitch streaming. Just like in general, for anyone who wants to get into it, or maybe needs some tips and they've already been into it for a bit, just like Flamey.
Shh. It's fine. You didn't see it. You didn't see it. It's okay.
Apparently, I didn't.
Go on.
All right. Well, so this panel is going to go. We're going to go over a few things together, just some like basic things that we would love to talk about between the three of us, and then obviously we want to have a Q&A with our audience here in our world, which is number 0, if I believe, for your Furality people. Yeah, it's how to whatever 0. And of course we have the Twitch chat open, and we can take questions from there. But that's probably not going to be until the end. So, anyways, guys.
Yes.
Let's talk about our Twitch experience real quick, just to give everyone an idea of like how long we've been doing this and where we come from as far as Twitch streaming goes in general.
Okay.
So, Diffuse, do you want to start?
Oh, sure. I guess I've been streaming now. I think I hit affiliate close to 2 years ago, which is crazy for me to even fathom. It doesn't feel like it's been that long. I got started because some of my friends. I started on Mixer actually, back in the day, as a non-furry, and I won't go on too long. Basically, I just thought it'd be a fun thing for me to get into. It was a way for me to cope with the long hours I had with my job and everything, and it became intoxicating. I've loved it ever since and just stuck with it. It's been a blast. So yeah.
Right. Okay. Hi. I've been streaming now for a little over 2 years. I don't know when I reached affiliate, like possibly a year ago. But I started out because I had just gotten out of school, like college classes. I had just a part-time job and a lot of free time on my hands, and I was like, I'd always been like entertained by the idea of streamers and YouTubers and things like that. So I was like, well, I have a lot of time on my hands and it looks like a lot of fun. So I'll just try it and, enjoy my time with it. And here we are.
All right. Well, I'm Song. I've been streaming for about a year and a half or so, and I reached affiliate like a week after I started, basically, and have been just trying to do as best I can ever since. I have enjoyed it immensely. It came out of me not understanding why people did Twitch streaming. So I saw all these people like really enjoying this thing, and I was like, "Well, what is this? Why are people enjoying this thing? I don't get it." And I'd see like friends and stuff like watch them, or people would recommend me to watch like, let's say like Keatlock and a few other like people on Twitch, and they'd be like, yeah, that sounds like fun. Let me do that. And then I did it. And I've been growing ever since, and I've had tons of enjoyment with it and everything. So getting started is probably like the hardest part, I would say. Not the hardest part, but it's the part that like everyone usually asks about first in LHS. It's we talked about this before when we had our little meeting before this. But like to get started in like Twitch streaming, it's all about like just doing it, right? Like whether or not you have like a good PC or like a potato PC or like a good mic versus like a bad mic. Like it's just doing it.
Right.
And I think that like we all kind of like had that like kind of similar experience. Like get into it, like do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
And then you
then,
can just upgrade as you go.
of course, yeah. And
Go ahead,
going off
Finn.
of
Oh yeah.
that is just like, if you're one of those people that's like looking at other streamers and you're like, well, I don't have as good equipment as they do. Like my microphone doesn't sound that clear, my video isn't that clear. Like, don't try to worry about those things when you're just starting off. Like when you're just starting off, even if you have like just the bare minimum where you can stream at low quality and your mic is like a lower quality, like do it. As long as you're enjoying it and this is something you want to do, that start is going to be just a ton of fun and you'll only grow from there.
Absolutely. You can always just keep upgrading as you go. And I promise you this, it's never ending. There are always little things you're gonna find here and there. You're like, oh, I already have a
Always.
pretty good
Oh my god.
I already have a pretty good, graphics card or microphone or whatever. Like, but there's this one thing out there, it's a little bit better. Let me just go ahead and save up for that or just buy it or whatever. And it never ends, really.
If you're one of these two, yes, it never ends. For others,
Oh my God.
it can be just good enough.
Not to focus too hard on hardware, but like yes, I am so pedant about my goddamn hardware. Which is not good for my pocketbook, of course, and all that jazz.
Of
The
course.
Rift comes with a microphone, and after a week of having the Rift, and was like, I don't like how voice sound good. I'm going to go buy a mod mic, and that was a hole in my pocket for a little bit, which was completely unnecessary. It is like we all three are absolutely being like, it is totally not necessary to
No, it's not.
do that or start off or anything like that. It is honestly all about getting started with what you have, with what little you have, and if that could be a lot or that could be very little, but like it's very easy to just get into it.
Yeah. And I would say too, like if you're on the fence about it at all, like even if you have just the tiniest interest in streaming, period, give it a shot. And even if you like, I've seen people overcome all kinds of like social anxieties and everything because they got involved with streaming. I mean, I remember this one.
definitely.
Yeah, there's this one person I knew on Mixer who would always wear a luchador mask because he was too shy to show his face. And eventually he overcame that and took it off and was comfortable with it, So like it can really boost your self-confidence. So if you're even considering getting into streaming, I highly recommend it.
Oh yeah.
For sure. And go
I
on.
was just gonna go off of that. Of what Moose is saying is like some people wear a mask, or some people are really too shy to show their face, and it's like if you feel like that you need to show your face while streaming, in my opinion, you don't have to. If you want to have something like what we use face rigs. So we all have animated characters to replace a face cam. Instead of showing our real faces, it'll just be our characters. So you can look into that. You can look into other programs, or you can just do mic only. There's so many streamers out there that don't do face cams because they just don't feel the need to. So if you're one of those people that just doesn't feel the need of it, or you're just too shy, then you don't need it. It's not something that's necessary.
Totally agree.
Yeah, not at all. I've heard tons of like bigger name non-furries totally try to wrap off that like you totally need a webcam. I get where they're coming from. I absolutely do. But like I really have seen so many like good people just use their voice and their personality to really like make a good stream and all that jazz. And that's literally like our next point here in our notes or whatever. It's like it's about your personality and your attitude and what you're going to put into it. Because we said it's not about the hardware. That's right, because it's more about your personality and your voice and how you're conveying yourself in your streams and such like that.
Totally agree. Yeah, I mean, personality is the reason why people keep coming back to your streams, no matter what. Like, are you
it's
generally
not the
speaking?
Game.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. I mean, people. That's a whole other topic, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, definitely, I totally agree. In general, if people like your attitude, if you're a pretty positive person, you make jokes a lot, or I'm not saying be a comedian, but you have a good sense of humor, and you're a relatable person, like a fun person to be around. People are they're gonna come to you. They're gonna keep coming back. So, yeah.
don't think I have anything.
What do you
to add
think,
on to
Blamey?
that.
Oh,
I
you
think
don't?
I think you two
Okay.
pretty much covered like the whole thing.
No,
of
no,
it.
that's
Like,
that's
it's like-
totally fine. That's
Yeah.
absolutely fine. And as you say, like people keep coming back to your streams when you know have that attitude and all that jazz. There are people that we've all seen, of course, before that uh, uh that don't really know how to convey themselves on their streams, and we've seen people time and time again be very quiet on their streams. They look very blankly at the camera. They'll do
Mm-hmm.
things like uh, look at other people's streams and then like see like, oh, they're doing so well. Why am I, who's I guess doing the same thing, not doing well or not doing as well or whatever? And like, um, it's you put into it what you get, of course. And it goes back to you should always be analyzing yourself and looking at how you are how your content is being thrown out there, right? Like
Yes.
you can watch other people all day and be like, I could do that, and I'm going to do that, but are you doing that? And you should be more looking at like, are you doing that? Are you working on your own thing rather than looking at other people's things?
I could not agree more. This is why, I mean, I've personally made it a goal of mine when I got into streaming. One of the most difficult things I think as a streamer too, when you're starting out, is learning to accept what your voice sounds like outside of your own mind. You know, I think like I personally still hate my voice. So, but you have to get over that. And it's almost like being an actor in a way, as far as like, what I mean by that is they do, you know, review dailies. So saving out your VODs and everything, looking at your clips, whatever that you have, those resources available, analyze what you're doing in your streams. You don't have to really compare yourself to other streamers. It doesn't hurt as far as learning from them, seeing what kind of qualities. I'm not saying copy them, but learn from them. What are they doing right? What can I do to better myself, the quality of my streams, my personality? What kind of changes can I make? You know, that kind of thing. But you have to really, I really firmly believe when you're ready for it, look at your VODs, study yourself, and take notes if you need to. Make adjustments.
Oh wow.
It teleported me to a chair.
Oh, I was like, what?
Exactly. And going off of what Moose was saying there too is when you're looking at other streamers to better inspire yourself, look at like things like how they have audio set up or how they have their overlay set up. Like not every streamer has an overlay, but some do have like borders around or like little things on the screen that that will just pop out or just things on the side that will be there for chat. Use that all as inspiration for what you want to do for your stream and make it your own. Whether it's like a custom border around, some simple colors going across the screen, a little animation every now and then, like whatever you need to do to make it feel like more like it's your stream, because that's what it is. It's basically like your home online that you're inviting other people into, and you want to make them feel greeted. And at the same time, though, you want to make sure that you're comfortable there and you're having fun with it.
Yeah, it's like a theme. A lot of people have themes revolving around their channel. And you might not know what that is. My original theme was like a Earthbound 16-bit theme that is completely different than it is now, you know? So give it time and you'll be able to figure out what that is.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that.
Yeah. Since we're talking,
Sorry, can I just say this? I want to say this one thing. With the
go.
whole giving it time thing, that is a huge thing that I see with not with like a lot of newer streamers is that um they'll start streaming and expect numbers within a week or even a month, and once that time is up, they'll get very disheartened and just beat themselves over it because they think they're not doing a good job. It's not the fact that you're doing anything bad, it's just that numbers take time. You can't expect to get a huge audience in such a short amount of time. If this is something that you want to do and you do want to try to take it seriously, then you need a plan to give it a long time to grow. It is not going to happen overnight, or not even sometimes not even in a few months. Sometimes it may take like a year, maybe longer. We never know. But the only thing you can do is be patient and keep working at it.
Numbers is a really good topic to move on to next. It's down in our list of notes and what we wanted to mention for how to get started in streaming. And um, I mentioned in my little introduction that I got affiliate after a week, and I didn't want that to be a thing that I'm like rubbing it in people's faces or something like that. What I meant by that, what I really want to mean by that is I got lucky, I think, in a good way, and I never want to take that for granted. And um, I want you guys, if you do get an audience and if you do get like one or two people watching, and I'm like, that should be more of an inspiration to continue to better yourself in your streams and such. And it's, and because one can turn to two, and two could turn to three, and three over the course of a week can turn you into an affiliate. And that is it can be a process that is very easy for you because you're working on it very hard, or it can be a very long process. It could be luck, or it could be like something that like you're just going to put a lot of time and energy into to make it a thing.
Yeah, there are a ton of variables. A ton of
There's
variables.
so many variables. Way too
There
many.
really are.
Yeah.
And just to piggyback on that, for example, I mean, again, the furry fandom is unlike anything you'll ever see on Twitch. It really is a family. It's a family, and that's I think it's a testament to what Song is saying here, is that you see it quite often with a lot of streamers. They're hitting affiliate within a week. It took me 3 months to hit affiliate over 2 years ago. And of course, again, I wasn't a part of the furry fandom at that point. I mean, at least on Twitch. Okay. So times have changed, I think, for the better, especially now is a great time, I think, when you want to get involved as a furry on Twitch, because you're going to find easily, I mean, it's grown leaps and bounds over the past year and a half. And you will find a streamer that you like, that you bond with, that you can like, do co-streams with. And there's just so many people out there who want to do exactly what you want to do. So get involved. It's a great community.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I completely
I
agree.
mean,
Like, sorry, go ahead.
yeah,
Son.
go on. No, you're good. You're good.
Blame me,
Go on.
man.
I was just piggybacking off of Moose here, saying that we are a whole community, especially with the free community. Oh, okay, bye, Song.
I'm not. I am. You have like twitchy fingers, and you can't sit still, and it just happens. All right,
Okay,
like
you're pumped, full of energy.
I'm pumped.
But
Go
going
on,
off what Moose
Flamey.
is saying is that how we're like pretty much a family. The furry fandom has always been, at least to me, has always been one of those things that's just like we like to be friendly, like really friendly to each other and really close to each other, because we want to make sure we want this community to be a good, safe place for all of us. So with that being said, with the Twitch thing, it's really great to like talk to others that are like in the fandom as well, and like streamers as well, or have like, or you see that they're streaming like similar games as you, be like, reach out to them, be like, hey, I really enjoy your streams, or like you can ask them like if they're ever like interested in
Networking,
doing
man.
collabs. Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
networking. If you really want to get your name out there,
Networking.
like
Yep.
don't be afraid to talk to people. Obviously don't reach out to them just to like only like, I guess, use them, but like talk to them, try to make more friends if that do have similar interests that you do with the whole streaming thing, and just build off of that. Like, you can build your own community in the Twitch scene, and have your own like little group that you always stream with, and just have a ton more fun with it, and you can all grow together.
Yes.
Since we mentioned networking, like it's gotten a lot easier in the last like I would say, I don't know, I guess a few months. I actually have no idea. This guy over here, Diffuse, made a whole stream team with some more other Twitch streamers as well, other furry Twitch streamers as well, called Wild Abandon, and has made it like very, very, very easy to meet other Twitch streamers that you could find that like stream the same games as Flamey was saying, that like have the same like kind of like like personality as you do, or like the same interests and stuff like that. And like not only that, but there's things like furry.watch or whatever, where you can find a whole list of Twitch streamers. It has gotten so much easier to network and meet other Twitch streamers that could just help you grow and help them grow together. it's gotten so much easier in the past like 6 months. I have no idea when it might have been was made, but I jumped on that immediately and was like, this is awesome. Sorry. But
Yeah.
um,
And that's the thing too. You're gonna just start to create new genuine friendships too out of that
mhm.
that you never had before. I mean, I just had a conversation with a few friends recently. Like I don't know what I'd be doing with my life, my side life right now, if it weren't for getting more active on Twitch and within the furry community. It's kind of taken over my life in a very positive way. I love it so much. Of course, we're all dealing with COVID right now. It's terrible. But like, I went to my first cons last year as a result of all this. So if you have an open mind and you want to be sociable, you're interested in creating your own communities that blend in with the overall community, you're gonna have a great time. Just give it a shot, you guys. It's wonderful.
Mhm.
And I do want to say for those out there who are, um, like just any streamers right now that are watching or people that are like new to it or starting up, um, if you are curious about Twitch teams and you're really looking for like especially for like a free community one to be in, I would highly recommend looking at Wild Abandon because the team there is always super friendly, super welcoming, and like Song said, it makes it a whole lot easier to find other like-minded
So
people like
easier.
you and just to
Oh
work
yeah.
from there. Like they have a whole Discord set up with so many channels to help you out there. So if you are ever curious about joining a new team like that, I would highly recommend Moose's team, Wild Abandon.
It's
I,
definitely not your. Oh, go on.
no. I just didn't want to have to plug it, but we do have open applications tomorrow. Just
Oh,
FYI.
wow. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Jump
it
on
only
that.
happens once every 3 months. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
look out for us on Twitter. But go ahead, sorry.
It's definitely not your end all be all as far as like here's
No.
where you get all your information, but it's so helpful. It's so helpful to already have like a resource like that like laid out. Um, for sure. Uh, I would you guys like to go over? Oh, go on.
No. Go ahead. Go ahead. What were we gonna say?
No, I was just going. I was just going down our notes or whatever.
20 minutes.
And I was wondering if maybe we went to do some do's and don'ts before we got like Q&A.
I was about to bring that up. Yep.
To the Q&A.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
Good. Because there are some like common things we all know of where like probably when we have started like we did that were bad and then like we learned better from it, of course.
Yeah, we just didn't know about until other
No,
people
you
told
didn't
us.
know. Like you just
Yeah.
don't know. And yeah, other people would either tell you or you'd figure them out yourself. That goes back to the whole like looking at yourself thing when you're doing your streams to find out if you're doing a good job or if you could do a better job.
Mhm.
Um, and I guess the first thing that I want to say, especially, and it's in our notes here, is that as a streamer, other people's streams are their streams, and you should not bring your stream into it. Like, don't go into somebody's channel and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm streaming in an hour or whatever," or like even if they're saying like the same game, like, "Oh, I was gonna try this game on my stream in like an hour or something like that." It's like, oh god, that only does nothing for you, and it hurts them, especially because you're just gonna make the other person annoyed who's streaming.
I'd say the only caveat to that is if the streamer, like if I were in Songs or Flamey's streams, and they were to ask me, like, "Oh, how have streams been going lately?"
Correct.
Then it's like, okay, yeah, I've been doing great, thank you, but still, try not to overdo it. Like, don't be like go on like 5 paragraphs. I've been doing this. We went through this town, that town. Like, no, just keep it simple. Say, "Oh, it's been going great. Thank you for asking." Just try to be a little cognizant of that. That's all.
Yeah. I don't think I have anything more to add on that subject.
Well, there's other do's and don'ts, of course, as well. The next one I wrote down
yeah.
here. What's up? Go on.
No, it's just
No, you should have one. Go.
No, I was just saying.
Well, I mean,
the other list.
one of the other ones that I have on the list that we should definitely talk about is mic etiquette. Especially when doing multi-streams and stuff like that. If you're collabing, like we have talked about when you're networking and stuff like that, mic etiquette. Do either of you want to like talk about that?
Flamey, please.
Flamey?
Yes. Okay, so a lot of times when people do collabs, of course, you all want to be like probably in a Discord call together so you can better like work together. Especially if it's like something like a big co-op game where we're all working together on something. What we mean by mic etiquette is try not to talk over other people. Try to have like a small meeting with the people that you're collabing with before you guys go live to talk about like, oh, how are we going to handle this? Like, are you guys going to do your intro first, and then are we going to move on to this one, or are we all going to meet ourselves and do our own intros separately and then all come together after that? Because when everyone's like trying to fight over each other and just try to talk over each other, it just becomes chaos for everyone involved, for the streamers and the audience members, and nobody really knows what's going on because it's just utter chaos.
Yeah.
Um,
And it can turn people off to each other. You know, like if
100%.
you have a bad experience with someone that's newer to the group, or you never played with them and they're just talking over you, or vice versa, you're talking over them. They're not gonna want to play games or do other events with you again. So just be a little aware of that. Yeah.
Even for your viewers as well, I've had a few multi-streams that I've learned from in the past when I was first starting to do multi-streams where I would stream with them and I wouldn't be talking a lot or anything. I wouldn't, like, the other person was taking it over, and we didn't actually establish anything at that point, so it's both our faults, of course, when we did that stream. But it was a situation of I wasn't talking at all and all that jazz, and then all my people that are watching me are like, he's not doing anything. I don't want to watch this person right now. I could be watching someone else. So I wasn't even doing my job of being a good streamer in that stream because I never even created a plan or even talked to the person or anything like that. This goes for also things like alerts and like raids and stuff like that as well. Some people want you to like mute your mic when you're in a call with other people and then do your thing to acknowledge like a notification of some sort. Other people are totally okay with you going ahead and just saying it out loud so everyone can hear that you got a raid, you got a follower or subscriber, because even other streamers could piggyback off that and like congratulate you or other. It just depends on who you're doing it with and what plan you guys make up together. It's different for everybody, of course.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right.
Absolutely.
Do we have anything other points that we would like to talk about, or should we open it to?
Yeah, I don't know if we're sticking to the strict schedule. If we want to do some Q&A.
We started a little late, but we could
did.
do Q&A.
Yeah, I
Is
want
there
to give
anything
time
after
for
this,
people to
though?
like ask questions.
There
Yeah.
is.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's Silas's a history of the free fandom panel afterwards, I believe. I guess the one last thing that we have on this list that we can go over very quickly before we start the Q&A thing is goals for yourself when you're getting in. Do you set personal goals? Do you set goals on stream that say like this many followers out of this many followers? Do you when you set yourself a goal like that, do you do something special with it, or what? Like, how do you handle goals and growth, and what about that should you do to better improve yourself in your stream?
Yeah.
Do
you want to go
Diffuse, I'd like you to talk about it because you had mentioned a few things when we talked about goals and stuff like that. That I have like a somewhat different opinion than you, but that's okay because different opinions is always welcome.
Yeah.
But
sure.
go on. I want you to go for it.
Everyone definitely has their own opinions on this. I personally, the way that I look at it, and I was very hesitant to put up certain goals, like donation goals or whatever, because I felt they were kind of, in a way, like handout-y, like, guys, give me this, like, give me this, without really providing anything in return. You know what I mean? So it's like, even now, I still currently have a sub goal, but it's to unlock another emote, which that's great and all as well, but it's also like I worry, or I wonder if there are even better ways to go about that. Like, okay, guys, if we hit a certain sub goal or whatever follower goal, we'll do something more dramatic than that. Like, maybe offer up some free artwork, or we do a 24-hour stream, something like that. Something that will entice your viewers to want to actually contribute towards that goal, because oftentimes I see a lot of streamers get into this trap where they have these goals, but they hit the goal, they're like, okay, cool, awesome, we made that goal. Then they just up it by 10, 20, whatever the amount is. Yeah. And it's like, what was the point of that goal? What's this goal for? There's no actual, like, point to it. So I'm of the personal belief, like, if I'm going to have a goal, I want there to be an actual, like, dangling carrot at the end for, for everybody, not just me, but the community as well. So
yeah, I would have
Oh
to
yeah.
agree with you on that part. With the whole goal system set up is, I believe I think it is great to set up goals because it not only gives your community something to look forward to, but it also sets a goal for yourself, which gets you in that mindset where it's like, oh, what can I do to improve my stream? What can I do to, like, help us reach this goal quicker?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Um, and I always have a blast with goals too. Like Moose said, if you like have
Hmm.
a goal and then there's not really like a prize at the end, or like not really anything planned for at the end, then there's me personally, I don't really see the point in it. It doesn't really do anything for you or the audience. But if you have a goal set up where it's like something fun, like 24-hour stream, or for example, I had a goal that I reached some time ago where I did a cooking stream. I
The
switched it up where,
cooking
like,
thing. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
from video games to real life cooking, and it was super fun. So if you do want to set up goals like that, I would highly suggest having something to do at the end of it, whether it's something simple
Yeah.
as playing a game that you would usually never play before. Like, if you don't like horror like me, make it like a horror night.
Yeah.
And just have fun with it, because if you have fun with it, your audience is gonna have fun with it.
Absolutely. Incentives. I mean, you see it all the time now. Also with charity drives and stuff like that.
Mhm.
That's charity's a whole other topic as well, but that is a definite
Oh
thing
yeah.
that gives people a reason to want to donate. Same thing again for you hitting certain goals. It's just a nice achievement.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a great example right now is literally First for Life is going on this weekend of
Yes.
Furality. Like you can, no matter how big or small you are, you can participate in that, and that could help you grow. It could help you towards a good, like you're working towards a good cause, and like it's an opportunity that you can use to make your stream better in a sense. It's there's always opportunities around, of course, when it comes to charity goals like that, and even like personal goals. Me, I have just a slightly different opinion of it. I like my personal goals displayed on my stream. I've found that a lot of times my viewers, at least, or at least the people that have watched my streams, love to see my growth, which is fun, because a lot of them I've gotten
Mm.
at least somewhat personable with. My mods, especially people I've like never met in person, but like I've gotten to be great friends with, and love to see the growth of it. Like me going, and they want to see me get better because I've become better friends with them, of course. But I don't ever try to shove it in their face, because numbers have never mattered ever. To me, at least. It's always wonderful to see numbers go up, of course, but it is not my end all of why I'm doing this whole thing, anyways. It is just more about having fun and being me, and growing and getting better at it. So that way, I'm happier with the product I'm like putting out there, or the content I'm putting out there, I should say.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
That's a good point. Like, again, everyone has. There are certain things that are definitely very subjective when it comes to streaming. So, like,
Oh yeah,
I think that we're still on a similar page here.
we are
But like,
for sure.
yeah, if you have a different approach that you think makes more sense for your stream, then by all means do it.
Mhm.
This isn't the like end all be all Twitch handbook by any means.
Hmm.
We're just kind of sharing our experiences.
Yeah.
With
Oh, yeah.
So with this panel, this is just our own personal experiences and our opinions. If you guys out there have
Mhm.
different opinions about certain things, about how we do things, then by all means change it up. Like, do your own thing. Like, it is, in the end, it is your stream. It is your channel. This is something that you're in control of, and you can do any way you want, as long as it's within
It goes
your
back to that
guidelines.
first thing we
don't-
mentioned. It goes back to the first thing we mentioned, where it was like you always have to look at yourself and what you're doing,
Mhm.
and such. Like if your community goes another way and you need to do things a little bit different than your favorite streamer, that's fine. That's again, it's all about you and your community you're building, and how you are presenting your stream.
Totally agree.
Exactly. All right. Should we
For
open
sure.
it to Q&A now?
Well,
Or-
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
I think that's a
totally,
good
totally
idea.
should. I'm sure people have tons of questions and such, and we didn't even go over things like hardware or like the software we would even use to stream, which is OBS, by the way. Everyone uses that. So
OBS
would-
just
Studio.
throw that out there. OBS,
OBS
Studio.
yes.
I
If I
recommend
can
it.
say though, I would recommend staying away from Streamlabs. Only because in my personal
I
opinion,
also recommend staying away from that.
It eats up a lot more memory than like other streaming programs. And
I-
CPU.
yeah.
Unless
Yes,
you have a
it's-
really high end CPU, I would not recommend it.
I have a really high end CPU and I still don't go away from it,
Mhm.
or go to it. Goodness. But let's start with the questions from like our audience here. That isn't, if they have any questions, of course. I'm not going to force any of you to do anything. Um,
Yeah. Does anyone in here have any questions? If not, we'll also be taking some from both. We'll be doing
Caribou?
here and
that goofball over there
Are you
has
guys, do
one.
you actually have a question?
Wow.
Do you actually have a
Sorry,
question?
just posing.
I got a lot of fans. Don't worry about it. But yeah. So what sort of specific or broad sort of aspects do you analyze or look for in your streams while reviewing for improvement?
That's a really good That's a really good question.
Yeah.
Dang. All right.
And-
As a video streamer, go on.
No, please.
As I have a video editor of 10 years. This doesn't honestly matter as much, in my opinion, but I am extremely pedantic about how I sound and how my stream looks. And that does not mean it needs to be a 1080p, but it does mean that I want things to look somewhat smooth. And I appreciate that about my streams, when my game is running smoothly and people can see what's happening in it. And I sound clear and I'm not using a microphone like this. Like,
That. Yes.
like, look at those for sure. But like also look at things like, am I angry at this game? Am I happy at this game? Am I a positive or am I negative? Like, that's probably the first thing I would look at. Like,
That's very
what is my
true.
attitude right now? Like,
I just had to stop playing Overwatch, honestly, because it was turning me into a
Yup.
big ragey face.
100%.
And I'm like, I don't want
Yep.
this. I don't want this on my stream. I'm
See?
like, I'm done. Yeah.
Nope.
That game got
I
super
stopped playing it. I did, yeah.
But that's a very good point. I was thinking more like I was thinking like more like hardware type stuff that you can look to improve, but definitely like personality right there. What can you do to make yourself
yeah.
a more positive person? That, and we were talking about this before a song and playing
We
with
were 100%.
in our chat earlier, previously before this, that positivity and negativity, I think, are both very contagious. So if you're a very positive person or trying to be, people are going to pick up on that and they're going to want to be around you. If you're constantly negative on social media, on anywhere in general, people they don't want to be around you. So it's good to work on that and look out for that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Mhm.
But yeah, what Song was saying though is, or earlier is with the whole sound thing is like, that's something I will do too, like while streaming. And this is something we talked about earlier too, is like when you want to go back and check on your stuff. When you're streaming on Twitch, I would recommend turning on VODs to be saved. Not only for yourself, but for the audience. So audience can go back if they miss a stream, they can rewatch it there on Twitch, without having to go to YouTube or anywhere else. But it also helps you because you can go back and be like, okay, how did the video look here? Or how did I sound here? Or how did the game sound here? It's like, if you rewatch your streams and then make adjustments off that, it'll improve your stream for yourself and others immensely.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Other questions in our audience right here? If not, we
I
can
have.
open to text chat.
Yeah, I mean, I've had the chat up actually. Oh, hi, Raph. Raph's here.
I'm looking at
There's a pretty. I like this question from Niwo Owen.
Nuo.
They say how impactful is the Nuo? Oh, I don't know this person. How impactful is the visual representation of yourself on stream to the viewer?
Sorry, hold on.
On stream. How impactful is the visual representation of yourself on stream to viewer engagement? Did you notice a significant difference with the inclusion of face rigs or software of the like? I also would totally put that to as well, like how your stream like looks, like how Flame was saying with like the border and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
Did
did my microphone pick up all that
Did-
noise?
yeah, I have no idea what that was.
Airplane or something? I don't know what that was.
That's a great example of background noises in your streams. If you have your window open like I did and there's a jet flying by, close that thing.
Close your window.
But sometimes you can't control it, so you just gotta improv.
Yeah.
It happens.
It's fine.
For sure.
And that's this right here is a great example of being able to like take certain things that may go wrong in your streams and like letting it roll off the shoulder and recovering from it. Like that's perfect right there.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
great
Like-
demonstration, Flamey. Thank you for
Oh
doing
yeah,
that.
totally planned. Woo!
So yeah, so I'm curious, Song, in this regard. Are we
What's
talking
up?
about theming, or are we talking about just purely like face rig or webcams?
I
That kind of
think it
thing.
goes both because visual representation of yourself on stream is, I think, very broad. As far as that
Yeah.
question goes, they specifically mention FaceRig and other like softwares and
Okay.
thing, but I want to also mention and talk about like how your stream looks in general because I think it would go into theming and stuff like that. Because you don't. We've been saying this entire time that your stream is your own and you're looking to improve your stream. It's not like this is the theme of my stream. I need to keep it because this is like, really important to keep and yada yada. And it's like, no, if it doesn't work and it's not engaging and it's not you and you're not having fun with it, why are you doing it? Like, why do
Yeah.
you have this theme on your stream that you think is not interesting anymore or something?
Yes.
And as Flamey said earlier, I believe that some people have like borders around their main screen where the game is being shown, and some people
Mhm.
have nothing. And I've gone
that's
back
how it
and forth
works.
on this personally. Yeah, and it works. It depends on you, and I usually say, please make yourself happy with the way your stream looks, and other people will be
Mhm.
happy because it goes
Yes.
off that last thing we were just mentioning,
Yes.
where happiness begets happiness and negativity begets negativity. You
Mhm.
want to be proud of your stream,
Mhm.
and
Yes.
I want my stream to look good, and if my stream looks good, I will be much happier for it. Did I notice anything like viewership or anything like that? Maybe. It really depends. It's very subjective on how you look at it. What are you guys' experiences like with like improving your stream visuals or like using a face rig instead of your real face? Like,
Moose, do you want to go first?
Real quick, I'm gonna bring up someone right now that I'm sure many of you know, and I'm not freaking love him. Spacing, okay?
spacing.
Spacing has a wonderful personality, of course, wonderful voice, but Spacing didn't even have anything. No face rig, no face cam. I don't think Space has ever done a face cam ever. Only I'd say within the past several months gotten a face rig. You know, so it's like that right there is proof positive that you don't need it. But of course, Spacey does have the personality, the voice, whatever, to go and help lift the quality of their streams. So consider that. Again, it goes back to personality and the way that you present yourself. If you have a positive attitude and everything, you're just a likable person. And if you for some reason you think you're not a likable person, you can work on that. I mean, that's about the self-analyzation part of it. What are the ways that you can do, what are the changes you can make to improve on yourself that will lead to these situations where you just don't need that, you can always, and again, you can always start out by not having a face rig or a webcam at all. If it gives you anxiety, don't do it. Just start streaming and enjoy yourself. So Flame, do you have anything to add?
Exactly.
Sorry.
Going off what Song said earlier about like the overlay and such. For me personally, what I would think everyone really needs is to set up some scenes for a starting soon screen and a be right back screen. Because sometimes, and this is another point I want to make, is
yeah.
please, if you're going to stream for long periods of times, take breaks.
Take breaks.
Yeah, take breaks because you deserve
Take
it
breaks.
and you need them. So me personally, I usually take breaks about every 2 to 3 hours. So I think that's a good time to be like, I've been streaming for a long time. My body feels sore. I'm being abused right now.
Yeah.
Sorry. What was I saying, Song?
You're an abused Drusky.
Yeah, but
His otter, who he lives with, his
This is
fiance,
my
I believe,
fiance
is
just
messing with him.
me, who shouldn't be messing with me right now. Yeah.
Keep it up. Keep it up.
He does it on
Don't
stream
encourage
too. It's hilarious every time.
Interferences from home are also a thing. It's fine. It's improv stuff, so it's fine.
But it's content. That's content.
It's content.
I lost my train of thought. I don't know what I was saying. Song.
You had recently actually switched up some of your scenes and made it look much different than what it was like a few
Mhm.
ago, right? Like you recently like looked at your stream and was like, I remember you talking to me about it and being like, I don't like how it looks, and I was like, well, change it, Flamey. Like, and he did. And he's much happier with it, which I assume he's much happier with it. I don't know, it's not my stream, so.
I am. It's still a work in progress, but yeah, I'm very much more happy with it.
No,
now.
I know. For
but
sure,
yeah, that'll
for
happen
sure.
as you grow though. Like you'll look at your stream and be like, I can make this better, and you will.
Mhm.
You'll just work at it, and it'll just.
I
it'll
don't
grow.
think. Go on.
No, I'm done. Go.
I don't think it ever one-to-one equates to like more viewers or anything like that. Like ever,
No.
really.
It can't.
Maybe
it
the
can't
face
ever hurt,
rig?
I feel.
It.
Yeah.
I've gotten I got a little bump when I got the face rig, which is totally fine. Again, don't pay attention to numbers, but like, it's not gonna make your stream go from 3 to like 100. It never will. It's not gonna work like that.
It's a little far away. I'm just not sitting in front currently.
But yeah. I don't know if we have any more questions or if we have time for them.
Yeah, any more questions? at all?
There's a bunch in the chat.
There is.
How much time do we have left? I mean, it's up to
I
y'all.
don't know because we started
Oh,
late. I need
this
like.
one. This one is one that I was kind of curious about back then, and I would
Okay,
love to get
okay.
both of your opinions on this. But here we
Sure.
go. We have ones from I don't know how to say it. I'm gonna say Misty. Do you guys think it wouldn't hurt to record streams and edit them to YouTube to possibly get some more passive income if you had ad revenue on YouTube?
Yes, I want to say yes. Short answer, yes. It always helps. I personally don't have time for it.
Okay.
I wish I did, but I know that other streamers do. They do that. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It depends on what you want to do. I think if you want to just like kind of one for one, just slap a bot up there. I don't know if that's enough. Like if you actually want to make content on YouTube, like add extra content, whether you're you have your face rig and you're adding extra voice and like a skit or something like that, whatever you want to it to make it a little more flavorful. Awesome, but just throwing your bot up there, I don't think is quite worth it. What do you think?
Me personally, I would think with the whole editing thing and putting on YouTube is, if you have the time and the drive to do it, then go for it, because this is again your content and your channel that you're trying to grow. And if you want to, go on 2 platforms and have this second one with just like small clips, and at the end plug your Twitch and be like, "Hey guys, I do full streams here," like that is completely fine, in my opinion. So if you have the drive for it and you have the time to do all the editing, because it is a lot of work, because you have to go through your entire streams right after streaming or sometime afterwards. So if you think you can do it, I say personally go for it.
I agree with both of you. And the only thing that I guess I want to add is, as someone who's done 10 years of video editing, specifically for furries and for non-furries, of course, it's a lot of work, as Flamey said. But I think it totally does help. And I like the idea of having other like forms of entertainment to bring people into a thing that you want to work on, because it's all just like compounding on each other and helping out.
Yes.
Whether that is you do TikToks on the side just for funsies with friends, and then you're like, oh guys, I stream, and like you could get some of your TikTok audience to go, oh, you stream? Cool, I'm gonna go watch right now. Whether it's YouTube and you're doing clip compilations where you just take some really good parts of all your streams that are really funny or entertaining or maybe sad, who knows, and making a little compilation, and then as Sammy said at the end, like link your Twitch or whatever, and be like, oh yeah, I do Twitch, and even the YouTube audience can come over there and such. Is it required ever? I don't think so. I think that since you're putting more work into something, you're going to get more out of it, and you're going to obviously help out everything, because they can also compound like off each other. Like maybe someone finds you on Twitch and is like, oh, you do YouTube too? Like, okay, I'll watch your YouTube now. Like it just goes back and forth as well.
Mhm.
Like not just one way or the other.
It's true. I mean, we've seen this influx from a lot of YouTubers, furries who've been
Starting-
doing YouTube content. Yeah, they're coming over to Twitch now.
They're coming over to
So-
Twitch.
Yeah. I mean, they're not giving up, of course, on YouTube, but they're expanding, and that's totally fine. If you have the time is such a it's a commodity
There
I
are
don't
not
have much
enough
of
hours
these
in the
days.
day.
No, there are not.
There are never.
If you want to do things right anyway, oof, yeah, it's really rough. But yeah, I agree with everything both of you said, 100%.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. Do we have
sure,
time for
for
one
sure.
more?
I
One
would
more?
say let's do
Sure.
one more, and then we're gonna go over and probably give to the next event. Just so
Sure.
we have our hour.
Yeah.
Here.
Mhm.
Um,
Do you want to grab the next?
I'm looking for a question, or if anybody else has something in the audience they'd like to say first before I find a question.
Mm-hmm.
Da, 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 da. Let's see here. I had one earlier and I lost it. That's not good.
Well,
Uh. Oh, okay. Hold up. Jalen Fulf. We all know Jalen.
Mhm.
It. If it does become distracting, do you find a way to hide like the viewer count while you're live? Uh, and yeah, that's the end of that question. There's a lot more text here, but it's about how he uses Notepad to hide the viewer count and stuff like that. But like, do you hide that when you guys like stream? Do you like look at that? Like, do you pay attention to that at all? Like what's important? Like that little corner of your OBS screen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you look at it at all?
There are ways to, I think, even hide that.
You can.
To
just
hide
by,
it. There are ways
in
to hide it.
settings, in settings, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't hide mine, but I don't look at it. Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
100%.
now, it depends. The way that I feel about numbers personally is like, if you have a specific goal that you're trying to reach, affiliate or partner or whatever, obviously you're forced to look at numbers. You have to, because you have a very definite goal. That gap in between hitting affiliate and partner is huge. So like in between there, yeah, I mean, check on it eventually and see if you're on an upward trajectory. And if you're not, what can I do again to change that kind of thing. But outside of that, I would say if it really is a source of mental like anguish, then don't have it up. Get rid of it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's the simplest way I can put it.
Yeah. At least the program I use, OBS Live, you just click it and it like disappears. So that's
Yeah.
a wonderful little thing. Like
It is very wonderful, yes. Me personally, I never really touch it. I always just have everything showing, like, you know, my timer, my viewer count, everything. Just because me personally, I like to keep an eye on like everything to make sure everything's going good. Look at all my
Yes.
stats. You know, I want to pay attention to it. But I'm one of those people that's like, even if I do see the numbers and I don't really see them growing like, you know, super fast, me personally, it doesn't bother me because I'm not really doing it to get the numbers. I'm just doing it because people seem to enjoy it and I enjoy it as well. Like,
yeah.
again, this has to be something that you enjoy doing. Like, if you're just trying to
Yeah.
do this just solely for numbers and you're not really enjoying it, you just want to like try to become like popular, it's not going to work out.
For numbers, clout, money, business, like
Mm-hmm.
it has to be something you want to do.
For sure. Yes.
I
100%.
totally agree.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with getting money from it or for gaining popularity from it or making it a business to where you could live off of it. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Don't go into it, you know, thinking that's, you know, your initial goal. It should be because it's fun.
That yes. I
Yes.
think that once
Yeah.
if you hit a certain level, where you do make that transition and you've hopefully done your homework and looked at your financials, and you're like, I'm going to make this my full-time thing from now on, and you can make that sustainable, then I think things do change there. Because I mean, I definitely know some full-time streamers where this has become their life. So you have to look at numbers, not just viewership though. It's more than that. But of course, I think that they're kind of related. Of course, if your numbers start slipping as far as viewership's concerned, potential for earning revenue and everything that goes down as well. But I agree with you to start off with. Just try streaming, see if you like it, see where it takes you, and if it ever does become to that point where this is pretty serious, I'm going to make that transition from making my full-time job, go from there.
Yeah, definitely. I think.
All right. I would love to answer more questions, but I think we are
I
out of
know.
time, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I hate to say it.
We could probably go on forever.
I could
Yeah.
go on forever for sure.
We could.
Um,
But sadly, we only have just
but
the hour. And
but sadly, we only had the hour, and we started a little late, but that's okay.
Yeah.
there's still more
That
events
being
to
said,
see at the con.
there are. We got the history of the furry fandom with Silas Sable here next. And we should go get that ready. So thank you all for joining us today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, everybody.
Oh, let's all go
What's up?
over and I guess plug ourselves just in case if they ever want to find us again.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like absolutely. Diffuse, you start.
Oh, just
Your
like
Twitch
my
page.
name.
Yeah, like your Twitch.
Just like a
page.
plug.
Yeah, yeah.
Just like be
Yeah.
like yeah. Your Twitch, your Twitter, or
Yeah, I'm on. I mostly hang out on Twitch and Twitter. Diffuse Moose, all one word. And if you're ever looking for me, I'm on there. I'm also on Instagram. I don't really update on there, but yeah, partner streamer here on Twitch. If you ever want to come hang out, if you ever have any questions for me too, please feel free to just reach out. I mean, I can be busy, but I'm be happy to answer any questions. Thanks for having me, by the way, both of you.
Of course.
Thank you.
no,
I
thank
do-
you for coming.
Yeah, of course. And I do want to add on for Moose's thing where he says you can ask him questions and everything. This boy loves talking to his audience. So if you do want to join in and ask him questions, he is always willing to help and always try to give you the best answer that he can. Because he's one of those people that just, loves helping out others and wants to see others grow as well.
Mhm. Yeah.
But that being said, I also do stream occasionally. I recently took a break because I was working on other stuff as well, but I will be starting up again soon. You can find me at twitch.tv/FlameyTheDresky. That's gonna be my full name there. You can also find me on Twitter. I usually post updates and announcements there when I go live.
And I am Song Redwood on Twitch and as well as on Twitter. It's the same name, Song Redwood. I also took a little bit of break from streaming because if you notice, our badges are purple, and we run the events, not the events, but he runs the streaming, and I'm running the video production for Furality. So we have been very busy making sure that this convention goes off very, very well, and so we've been very busy with that, of course.
Great job, by the
but
way.
I'm also going to be getting back to it. Thank you. I'm also getting back to it, of course, too. I try to stream as best as much as I can with my full-time job. But as like Diffuse also says, I've got Twitter's probably the best way to reach me. And if you have any questions, please let me know or message me or at me or whatever. Or joining in my Twitch chat when I'm live. I don't mind talking and answering questions like that as well. You're free to do so. I'd love to talk to you guys.
Of course.
Thank you.
And oh my goodness, there's so much
Right.
more I would love to say, but sadly,
So much
Pretty
more.
juicy.
Like-
I saw some pretty juicy questions in there too. I'm like, oh, I want to talk about this. But
I know.
alright.
If you
It's
guys ever
alright.
do see us in our Twitch chats, or anywhere else, please just send us those questions. I would love to try to answer them. Because I love doing this kind of thing. It took me a while to grow, and I want to help out others as much as I can because I want to see everyone grow and I want to see this community grow.
Mhm.
But anyways, I don't want to take up more time than we need to. So I think we'll be ending it here, calling it a night for us, and we'll be moving on to the next event in Furality and after our intermission. But for everyone out there, I hope you are all having a blast at our convention. I know there's been some hiccups every now and then, but everything right now, is going a lot more smoothly. And I've been world hopping when I can, and I've been seeing everyone have so much fun, especially on the dance floor.
Oh, yeah.
I've been seeing you guys all on the dance
Oh,
floor,
yeah.
and
my
we're
gosh.
so happy with how
So
that came
good.
out. But anyways, I hope you all enjoy the rest of your convention. Until next time.
Bye, guys.
Hi, everybody. Bye bye.